Hi guys, my name is Nonima Tikelo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I just want us to check something very quickly. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you will be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now that Muzi Sibiya has his case closed by his advocate Mnisi, his representative, ne, advocate Mnisi, did Muzi Sibiya really walk free, or did the state lose its grip? What is happening? What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Now that we know that his case is finally closed. Now, the finality of all is that Umnisi did not talk about when he was coming back. Now, he did not talk about whether they might want to open it again if perhaps the witness reappears again. No, there was nothing that was said about that. He just decided we've done enough, we are closing it. Now, the question that everyone is keeps asking, and most asking in the wrong way, right? Did Muzi Sibiya prove he had nothing to do with the killing of Senzo Meyiwa? That is not illegal. That is not the legal test, not in that courtroom, not in this country. The real question is simpler and far more dangerous for the state. After the defense closed, does the state still have a credible case? That's what they need to ask, especially if we are going to be talking about the witnesses that came through. Witness Babu Absalom Zungu, witness Mr. Sifiso Gwabini Zungu, witness Mr. Makosonge Zungu. Like, we need to deal with that. Let's deal with the elephant in the room, okay? Number one, the state's own witness, Absalom Zungu, does not place Muzi Sibiya as the shooter. He does not place him as the mastermind. He reduces Sibiya's role to something minor, vague, secondary, uncertain. That's not a defense win. That's a state problem. When your own witness minimizes the accused involvement, the prosecution's case starts collapsing from the inside, because the Zungus, all three of them, they were said to be state witnesses. They were on the list of state witnesses. Now, if they are coming to represent the accused, what does that mean about the state case? Now, look at the defense witnesses now, the other ones. Gwabini Sifiso Zungu, Makosonge Zungu. Did they give Muzi Sibiya absolute peace and freedom? No, we can't say that for sure yet. There was no forensic evidence clearing him yet. No neutral eyewitness saying he was not involved. But what they did is that we were not with him on the 26th of October 2014. That's what they are sure of. They are saying we were not with him. We can't say that he did not go to the Kumalas, that we don't know. But the bottom line is we are being implicated as being people that were with him that day. At no point we were with him that day. And also, there is no alibi that shuts the door completely that Muzi presented. So let's be clear. This was not a fairy tale ending, though. But here, what did happen? And this is where the state should be worried. The defense exposed uncertainty, highlighted contradictions, failed to place Sibiya at the center of the crime scene, left the court with questions the state still hasn't answered. And in criminal law, questions are deadly, because the defense does not have to prove innocence. All it has to do is this: stop the state from crossing the line of beyond reasonable doubt. They must stand this side, not cross over beyond reasonable doubt. And what did Muzi do? Exactly that. So did Muzi win? Not yet. There's no judgment, no acquittal, no freedom order. But did the state leave the courtroom with a clean, convincing case against him? The answer is far more uncomfortable, Kesana, because Sibiya, right now, the case against Muzi Sibiya is fragile, internally conflicted, dependent on witness who don't fully commit, and the courts don't convict on uncertainty. They acquit on it. Watch the space, because silence in a courtroom can sometimes speak louder than testimony. We know how Judge Rata is, but the bottom line is that what can he do at this point? Because things are not looking great for the state. No matter what he can try and say, try and do, things are not looking good. Instead, we are left with more questions for Gininda and team than answers. Bongani Gininda needs to answer a lot of things. Why didn't he tell? Why didn't he do what you call when you are doing when you are telling the defense, this is what happened when I was doing investigation? Disclosures, yes. Why didn't he disclose a lot of these important things, even if they made him look bad? Why didn't Gininda disclose about Gwabini's arrest? Why didn't Gininda disclose about going to Mpumalanga to Mr. Absalom Zungu and everything that happened between them? Why didn't he disclose all that information? Why Gininda didn't disclose the up and down that they did with Makosonke Zungu and the arrest and him spending a night in police custody, and how they took him from Rustenburg or wherever he was, from Northwest though, in the mines, to the police station in Kempton Park? Why didn't Gininda expose all of that? Why didn't he disclose why those disclosures were not done? Now we are left with more questions. Why was Gwabini arrested? Why was Makosonke arrested? What happened to the cases? What's happening currently? And all the shandy. There's a lot of things they need to answer for, because their actions do not make sense. Instead, what Makosonke and Gwabini did, they proved Ntanzi and Sibiya right that there was beatings that happened there. They proved them right that the beating did happen. And oh my God. Oh my God, Gininda left us with more questions. So at this point, uJudge Rata noba ngazama thini a generate means of saving the state, the bottom line is that things are not looking good. It is bad. Absolutely bad, guys. It's absolutely so weird that an entire Brigadier Gininda did not tell us important details of his investigation. We found out about them in court. That time he was already in that courtroom. It's either Gininda never thought that Abo Achused will actually call Abo Gwabini. Maybe he thought they will never make it to the courtroom. Maybe. So what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Because now I believe Ukuti, as much as there is no yet an acquittal, Umuzu has won. Because there are people that came and said, Constable Zungu is framing them. He is lying about the presence of all of them at the hostel for 2014 in a manner that he is saying. Maybe the person that was in the hostel, it was Zungu, Gwabini Zungu, but the others were not there. And furthermore, who I choose number 3, 4, and 5 are not known to some of these witnesses. Absalom Zungu doesn't know I choose 3, 4, and 5. Makosonke doesn't know I choose 3, 4, and 5. I think Makosonke also said he doesn't know I choose 3 and 5. So nje ininzi into eqhubekayo phayana behind the scenes. No matter uJudge Rata angathini, the case on its own nje iphasalakile, akho kuhle, akukuhlanga for isenzo Meyiwa case for the state side of things, akukuhlanga. I don't know about you, but I feel like Umuzi, even though ingekabikho judgment, but Umuzi has won. What are your thoughts? Do you also believe that Umnisi did everything in his power to make sure that Umuzi is winning the case? Do you think Umnisi naye, when it comes to the side of Umuzi, Umuzi has done his very best to make sure he, as Umnisi, wins the case? What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Because I feel like Umnisi did an incredible job. He did a marvelous job. He did, with everything that was going on in that courtroom, he did a good job. Now, how do you see things? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.